So Trump is fighting everybody, and everybody is fighting Trump back. He has increased tariff on goods when they import from Canada enter America, goods when they import from Mexico enter America, goods when they import from China enter America. He don't increase tariffs on them. In case you don't know, it will be tariff. If you ship in car from America enter Nigeria, you go pay custom duty. Now they call tariff. So he has increased the tariff on goods when they ship from Canada and Mexico enter America. He has increased it to 25%. It means for every $100 product brought into America, you will pay $25 as tax to the American government. China only don't increase that to 20%. So for every $100 product when you bring it from China, you will pay $20 as tax. Now, the presidents of these countries are not just looking, them too, they retaliate. Canada president has taxed over $100 billion worth of goods coming from America into Canada. China too have increased tax on farm goods coming from America into China. They have also widened the amount of American importation companies that they are putting on watch list before. They don't increase the amount. Why is Trump increasing these tariffs? Number one, Trump believes that the tariffs, when they increase, is going to help American companies to produce more. Because these goods that they import from these companies, these countries, as far as Trump is concerned, is one of the reasons why some American companies are not producing anymore. So he wants to give those people problems so that American companies can produce. That's one. Two, Trump believes that these countries are shipping in poisonous drugs into America. He get one particular drug where they call fentanyl. I've been waiting be name. Now the name and they try to find the so that drug is coming from China. Mexicans now they supply them. Canada now they put the lab, and that drug is responsible for a lot of American youths overdosing themselves and dying themselves. So Trump is using this to fight those countries back for letting those poisonous drugs enter their country. He's also using this to encourage companies in America to produce, because once these things, when they come from abroad, the price don't high. Because when you put tariffs on those things, the price will high. Of course, if I buy a car come Nigeria with $10,000, you cut them say I go pay $3,000 as tariff to clear them. Who you think say go pay? Now the person when I want to sell them for. So the price will be high. So Trump is using that to discourage importation so that the companies in America can produce. But Canada is fighting back. China is fighting back. Let me play you this video.
The United States launched a trade war against Canada.
It's not a trade war.
Their closest partner and ally, their closest friend. At the same time, they're talking about working positively with Russia, appeasing Vladimir Putin, a lying, murderous dictator.
Wow.
Make that make sense. Canadians are reasonable, and we are polite, but we will not back down from a fight.
Okay.
Not when our country and the well-being of everyone in it is at stake.
Of course.
I want to speak first directly to the American people. We don't want this. We want to work with you as a friend and ally. And we don't want to see you hurt either. But your government has chosen to do this to you. Now I want to speak directly to one specific American.
Donald Trump.
Donald. In the over 8 years you and I have worked together,
Okay.
we've done big things. We signed a historic deal that has created record jobs and growth in both of our countries. We've done big things together on the world stage,
Okay.
as Canada and the US have done together for decades, for generations. And now we should be working together to ensure even greater prosperity for North Americans in a very uncertain and challenging world.
It is well.
Now, it's not in my habit to agree with the Wall Street Journal, but Donald, they point out that even though you're a very smart guy, this is a very dumb thing to do.
We shall see.
We two friends fighting is exactly what our opponents around the world want to see.
Now let's look at the goods.
Trump's 25% tariffs on Canada and Mexico will start on Tuesday this week. Here's how it will impact your wallets. A significant portion of food products, from meat to grains to fresh vegetables, are imported from Canada and Mexico.
Okay.
Canada is the largest exporter of meats in the U.S., while 77% of vegetables were imported from Mexico and 11% were imported from Canada in 2020, according to the USDA. The U.S. imported about $26 billion in alcohol from Mexico in 2022, while 18% of beer consumed from the U.S. stems from Mexico, according to the USDA. Canada is the source of about 20% of oil used by Americans, while Canada and Mexico together account for 70% of U.S. crude imports.
70%.
A 25% tariff could hike gas prices up by 30 to 40 cents, according to Gas Buddy. However, Trump said earlier this year that Canadian energy and oil exports would be subject to a lower 10% tariff.
So
the average price of a new car would increase by an estimated $3,000, as 22% of all vehicles sold in the U.S. are imported from Mexico and Canada, according to the S&P Global. However, Anderson Economic Group estimates a $9,000 price increase for large SUVs. Read more at Forbes.com.
Okay, so this is the recent issue on ground. I like the way the Prime Minister of Canada was talking. That's how presidents talk. Change that for anybody who wants change that for you, but he's quite afraid. Because anyhow they want to do this thing, it will really affect the economy. Long story short, Trump administration is agreeing that they might negotiate and meet in the middle. But they are not going to remove these tariffs. Yes, they will reduce them small. The next coming weeks is going to tell us how far they are going to go in reducing these tariffs, or if they are going to stamp their feet on the ground and say you must pay the 25%. But those other people are retaliating. The question is, how many goods of America they enter Canada, and how many from Canada they enter America? And I will tell us who will suffer this agreement pass.